session also. Did anyone use this new Google inbox? Sure, Pradeep. So I think you were not in the yesterday's class as well as the last Sunday class, right? I think
Yes.
you have missed. Yesterday morning there was no class. Indeed, yesterday evening there was a class.
Yesterday
So
morning there was no class.
no. So none of you were present. Only Vikram was there. So I requested Vikram to join the evening class rather than the morning class. And then, sorry, you and Vikram and Junaid were there, and none of you, out of 6 people, just 2 were there. So they joined the evening class.
So basically yesterday morning there was no class, which means I didn't miss yesterday morning session.
Now, but
And then you're saying, so I missed maybe last Sunday.
you missed the yesterday evening class, so that the morning class was merged with the evening class, and we talked about the Uzi and related stuff in the evening class.
Oh, there was an evening class and everybody joined the evening class. Okay.
Yes. So in the
All right.
morning, most of
So
the
yeah,
people
then
were
give me
not
the
available.
2 sessions for yesterday evening.
So yeah, just reply on the
Give me
same
the
email.
session for yesterday evening.
I think
Sunday.
just reply on the same email and CC the admin.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Just reply on that same email and just write on the dates and CC to admin, and you will get it. I think just drop that email. I'll also follow.
Okay. Thank you. I did that just now. So you should have got it in your mailbox.
Okay. I'll check it and I'll also follow. Sure.
So I may be in and out of this morning session today because I'm going to plan attending today evening. Okay.
Sure, you can attend it up and just drop me an email. I'll send you the link.
Thank you, sir.
Vikram says he lost audio. Vikram, I think I'm audible to Pradeep, and probably there's some problem with your end. Okay, looks like he's back. I'm not sure then is Pawan joining in, so let's start then. If anyone has any questions from any of the previous classes, do let me know. Okay, so Pradeep, as you were missing in last 2 classes, so this is our last class prior to the project, and after this class I'll be giving the project, and you probably would be doing the project, and once you do with the project then we'll have the next class, otherwise it will not make sense to have a next class. So I'll give you a week or 2 weeks time, whatsoever you think is suitable to you, and based on then your availability and your completeness of the project, we'll have a class to discuss the problems which you are facing in the project, what you have done, and all those things. So in the last class, we discussed about Uzi. Anyone has any questions on the Uzi part before I move? So I'll just mute everyone else. You can just ping me on the chat window. That will keep it silent. So what I was saying is, do anyone has any questions on the Uzi part or anything which we discussed prior to this before moving to the Tableau thing? Okay, fair enough. Sure. So guys, let me start the Tableau part, and before that let me do my screen sharing. So basically, when you have done your processing on the data with the help of either Pig or Uzi or Pig or Hive or direct MapReduce code or streaming or anything what you have used up, you have done the processing of the data and you have done the summarization of the data. Then the most critical part is you will be looking into the data to find out or to look at different statistics of the data to come up with the analysis. There's big data is a platform which helps you to process the data, and once you process the data, you will be using that processed data for different analytics, and you will be coming out with different results on the data. You could be either creating reports or dashboards also on the data so that people can look at your data. So before looking into data, you have to do the processing, and till now we have looked at the processing part of the data. Today we'll be looking into the looking part of the data, how you can visualize that data. So there are n number of tools available in the market to look into the data to create dashboards like this, what I've shown you right now on the screen. We are looking into Tableau. You can use any of the tools. You can even use Microsoft Excel 2013. You can even use Looker. There are n number of tools in the market. MicroStrategy. There's a lot of things. Tableau, I found a lot of pretty easy and it's great in features. Although this is pretty costly, so your organization should have deep pockets to buy it. Otherwise, the tool is very useful, but same thing you can do in any other tool. So I'm showing you on Tableau how to connect to your Hadoop word or the Hive tables which you have created, and how to get those tables over here and create beautiful graphs, charts which you can use for analysis. Okay. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to data, connect to data, and in connect to data you will see other databases also. For the one which you are using we are using Hortonworks Hive. So just use the Hortonworks Hive option and type the server over here. Right now, if you're running on your local desktop, you have to type 127.0.0.1. If you have different IP, please take care of your IP. And we are running Hive server 2 over here with with authentication as a username authentication, and the user is you, and just say connect. I think it would be open on 192 IP. Just give me a minute. So let me check on the other IP which is open on my machine. So I have connected to my Hive server. Now the thing is, I'll be directly connecting the Hive word from here. When I'll be selecting any table, I'm doing any processing on the table, the queries are sent to your server, we get the output over here, and we can look at the data. So here say schema. So I've just set schema and extracted the schema, and then the table. So 1 minute, let me check a table name. So I'm just checking the table name at the backend, some good table which have some useful data. So let me check this table. And now I've selected this table, and I've just dragged the table over here into the drag table option, and I can see the table over here and the corresponding results. So you can see the table, all the row, all the columns of the table are visible over here. If I say update now, I can see the data over here. If I want to join two or more tables, I can just drag the other table also over here. Right now I might not be having two similar tables which have some joining key. but let me show you. So all you have to do is, if you have to do join two tables, you have to just drag the table over here. If the both the tables find any joining key, Tableau will automatically join it for you. Otherwise, it will ask you for the option on which key you want to join both the tables. So right now these two tables don't have anything common in, so I've just selected one table over there. Otherwise, if you don't want to choose a particular table, you can directly give the take the query over here, and for that you have to say just data and convert to custom SQL, and this will give you the SQL over here, and you can change the SQL, so that rather than getting the table or just select a star from a table, you can get corresponding data from the table. Now I say go to worksheet, and this is the let me open a new one. I should not be okay, and Superstore sales is selected over here, which I've created. This is the data source which I've created right now. Superstore sales. Now this is the one which I've just now selected it. So it intelligently figures out what are the different dimensions in my data, what are the different measures in my data. I hope everyone is getting me, and it's quite silent, so I'm just wondering, everyone is able to get it, right? Getting yes or no? Zubair says no. Okay, so Zubair, what you want me to repeat? Which thing you are not able to get? Okay, Zubair says, so Zubair, you should have asked me prior only. Okay, Vikram says, what are the dimensions, what are the measures? Okay. Okay. So Vikram, I'll just come to you. Before that, let me explain it to Zubair again. So Zubair, till now what we're doing is, if you recall all your classes which you've attended till now, we were importing the data to our system. We were doing some processing on the data, and when our data is processed, the processed data is of no use to anyone. Until unless we can look into the data, we can have a holistic view of the data. We can find out different facts in the data, and those facts are basically used. So say, for example, I have an online grocery store, and I want to find out why or how can I increase my sales. As a business user, I would be having a single question: how can I increase my sale? मेरी sale कैसे बढ़े, कैसे पैसा है? For that, I have enormous amount of data. I have a lot of sales in each day, but I want to increase my business. Each day I want to increase my business. As I have an enormous amount of data, I can look into the data and find out different analytics on my data to increase my sales. So first, what I will be doing is I will be getting my data into Hadoop ecosystem. I will be doing processing on the data. Processing will depend on what kind of analytics I want to do. And once I've done the processing of the data, I'll be using that processed data to do analytics on the data. So say for example, I have superstores across all US, and I want to look at increasing my sales. So there could be a number of things which I can see in my data. So say for as a first step, what I want to do is I want to look at the different superstores across all zip codes, and then I want to see which products are sold or their product distribution across the geography. So that will give you, say, your cosmetics are sold most on the eastern zone, and furniture is sold most on the western zone. And based on that, you can think out what is the marketing strategy you can use on the different zones to increase the corresponding sales of the products. So these are different things which you basically do on the data. And for that, you have to process enormous amount of data. So once you process the data, you will be looking into the data. And Tableau is used as one of the tools which helps you to visualize the data. There are a number of other tools in the market, MicroStrategy, Looker, and number of things. But we are looking into the Tableau part. Tableau is licensed, so to install Tableau, okay, I missed that part. I thought people are acquainted with that part. So to install Tableau, all you have to do is just go to the Tableau website and click on download Tableau dashboard version, and that will help you downloading a Tableau dashboard version. That is 15-day free license. After that, you have to buy a license, and definitely sorry, I can't help you in the license part. So you can try out Tableau for 15 days for free, and after that a license is required. So once you install Tableau, it will look something like this. And once you have installed Tableau, it will open a blank sheet, something like this for you. Whatever on the left hand side will definitely not be visible. So to make it visible, you have to connect it to data source. So what we did, we placed on data and connected to data. And on the data side, what we did is connected to Mapr is another flavor of Hadoop. Hottenworks is the flavor right now we are using in all the classes. So I connected to Hottenworks side. Here I give the server IP address, server server2, and authentication as username, and the username as a U, and I've connected to this. Once I've connected to this, I've selected the tables, or I can even write the queries from which I want to get the data. And once I've did that, my table is visible over here, or my processed query is visible over here. If I've written the query over there, or if I've used more than one table, the join would have happened over there, and I have got that corresponding join data over here. And the next part comes is, hey Pawan, I think you just joined it. Hey, so we were just looking into the Tableau part, and we have just almost started. Before that, I just talked about how to connect to data source. So then someone else had a question. Vikram. So Vikram says, what is dimension and what are measures? Okay. How should I explain this? Dimensions are, say you have a order table. So in order table, what all you will have is in an order table, say I am doing sales for again an online store, and online store is say Amazon. So your order table would have n number of things. The first thing which your order table has is your product name or product ID. Second thing which your order table will have is your merchant ID. Merchant is the person who is selling on Amazon as a platform. Third thing your order table will have is your vendor ID. Vendor is the person who is really shipping your product to you from the merchant. Fourth thing your order table would have your price on which you brought the product. Fifth thing your order table will have is the timestamp when you created the order, and n number of other things. So here price is changing for the product, that is the measure of the product. Now then say you ordered 2 iPhone 6, so 2 is the quantity. Again, that's the measure for your order row. But merchant is a dimension for an order, because merchant will remain constant, or it is a kind of foreign key to your order table. So merchant is a dimension to your order table. Similarly, vendors, I have different vendors, so vendors are dimension to my order table. Then third thing is what I said, the product. So products are again your dimension to the order table. The products would remain same or consistent, or they could be increasing, but they won't be increasing daily kind of thing. So again, that is a dimension to the order table. But the measures are your order quantity, your sales, the price of the order, these kind of things, the weight of the parcel. So these are the measure of your order table. So dimensions are the dimensions on which we can measure a particular thing, or the measure a corresponding attribute what we are looking into it, and measures are the measure on which we measure them. Okay, so Tableau will automatically, intelligently figure out what are the dimensions to your table and what are the measures to my table. So here when I have selected this Superstore sales table, I have got the customer name, customer segment, order date, order priority, order ID, and number of things in the dimension, and the corresponding discount, order quantity, profit, sales, shipping cost, unit price, and my measures. Or if it is wrongly corrected anything, we can always change them. We can click over there and change that thing, change to measure or change to dimension. Okay. Now I want to look into the data. So say I want to look at and before that, so also what also it does intelligently is whatsoever is related to a geography, it automatically given as circle. That is, it is something related to geography. What are characters, it automatically said ABC, and what are numbers, it automatically said hash. And for this province, it has automatically calculated the corresponding longitude and latitude values also. So I can easily plot it on the chart also. We'll be looking into all those things. Wait for a few minutes. So now say what I want to do is I want to look at different shipping modes used across my different regions. This is a new data. I'm also not sure. Let's look into this. So now I've selected the shipping mode. So right now it's getting it, processing the data over there at the high part and getting it to me. Little slow, but when your data processed and exported to some MySQL kind of thing, it's pretty fast. So practically what you will be doing is either you will be exporting your data to after processing to some SQL word, or if you are running daily dashboards, you will be uploading these Tableau charts to a Tableau server, and server will cache your data. So these charts are very fast. I'll show you the server part also. I don't have a right now server over here right now, but I'll show you how to put your data on the server, and there's a public server also available, so you can place your dashboards directly to the public server. I don't know what happened to these Indian people today. From the time the match ended, everyone is just firing crackers from the morning, loud music. No, Pawan, I am not on mute, and is no one able to hear me? Can anyone? Vikram says he can hear me. Pawan, please check your connection. Vikram is able to hear me, so that my mic is working fine. Pradeep can also hear me. Anyone can hear me. There's some problem at your end on your speaker. So say I can see over there, these are the three shipping modes which I've given. Now let's look at different profits based on the shipping modes. It will be little slow for initial time. Once if it load the data over here, it will be very fast. But right now, for all these things, you know what is happening at the back end. So see, most of my profit is coming from regular air. So the parcel which I'm sending from regular air giving me most of the profit. So this is the easiest way to look at your data, and you can create easily different graphs, charts. So it will automatically suggest the chart for you, and based on the data selected, it will show you the charts. We'll look into different charts also in a minute. Let's say I want to look at the profits across my different regions. So what I say, I drag region over here. I am not sure how many regions are there in this data. Any other questions by the time it's downloading, or it's basically processing the data? So see, there are the reasons, and it is automatically try to, it will automatically try to find out the best charts for you. And there are some reasons where I am making losses also. So on truck delivery, I am making losses on the northeastern territory. So I can easily look into the data, and I can easily figure out if I do not make truck deliveries to the northern side, I could reduce I can basically increase my profit. Or I can then what I can do is I can drill down into this northeastern territories. I can get out the truck related data and can look into the data why I'm getting losses over here. Now what I want to do is I want to look this chart on the map. So for that, let's do one thing. Let's put the ship mode to your size, and then let's what's the reason? Oh, reason is not related to. Okay, province is their geographical role. This is not a geographical role actually. Okay, let me not use reason. Let me use the province, and that will give you the chart. Province has the I think state names. So Pawan, by the time it's loading up, okay, it's loaded. I'll talk about that later on. So now let's see. I say I just want. I'll just say label on reason, and I'll look into the map. So here shipping mode is over here. I say shipping mode, make it shipping mode to size, and reason to label. So what I'm doing right now, I'll just show you. I'll just tell you, and say I have color on the profit, and okay, rather than using this, let me use the pie chart and shipping mode to the angle. No, shipping. Let's remove the shipping mode for time being, and let's remove the province also for time being. And so right now I have just the profit and the reason, and color on the profit. So okay, cool. So Pawan said he can hear it now, but what is the problem with the sky? Okay, and I say color on profit, and what is the reason? What is the values in the reason? Province. This data is not a good data probably. And what is there in the province? Just give me a minute. But, I have the data. Then why the hell it's not showing over here? British Columbia, and it has a longitude and latitude also. Then what is the problem, man? I'll use otherwise the table which I'm showing you. If it does not give it, I'll just check what is this. This is some the latitude or longitude are not coming properly either, or some problem with this data. We'll just check it. Otherwise, I'll use the country related data which I have in the other sheets open up. So Pawan, what I was saying, no man, what is the problem? I have to check. So these were the states only, right? US states only. What I was showing you right now in the province. These are not cities, right? Why the hell is not showing on the chart? Not sure. Okay, not a problem. Thus, let me show you the other one, which has the chart related data. So they were for Canada. Yes, but why it's not showing it in Canada? That is what I'm wondering. Latitude, it has find out. Longitude, it has find out. It has automatically find it out. Its province, but it's not displaying on the chart for some different reason. I'm not sure why. I have to cross check it. Okay, 13 unknown. Okay, added locations. And the problem with this guy is okay. See, so that was a good point which you have made. Now only one is under recognized, rest are recognized, and this is. So now we can see the data. So thanks for pointing out that is the Canada states, not the US states, Pawan. So see, now I can see the data, and I can see at the different provinces and the corresponding profits. Now I want to look at the different statistics over the data. I can look at the different shipping modes used by different people. So say I want pie chart need to be displayed, and the pie chart angle is based on your say shipping modes. So angle on different shipping modes, and size is based on the profit. So if you can see over the problem with the shipping mode. This guy is little slower, and you have to wait it over here. But you play with this tool is very useful. So now see, the different colors are box sizes are based on the profits, and the sizes are different. I can create different pie charts over here also. I can say is there any particular unique thing? Customer name is not a good thing. Reason, shipping date, shipping modes पे if I say angle, okay, I have to use Listening. So what I said is count distinct shipping modes, and I'm angling my pie charts on that. So I can change how the attribute should be counted up. But right now I've changed the attribute to be counted up. I set the attribute to be counted up, and not to be counted up directly, but the distinct values to be counted up, and create a pie chart and angle that. So all of those changes I can do on the variable itself. I just click on the drop down and it will show you n number of options on the variable. So you can even say distinct select on the date. There are a lot of functions and features over here. I'll show you as much as I can. And by here I can change the charts. So here here I set the color on the province. So my charts are colored on province. And here as soon as you change the graph, it will automatically try to change and give the best alternatives to your graph. So here, as soon as I change the graph to this one, it automatically changed the two things. It thought I have to see two different things: distinct counts of shipping and profit. So distinct count of shipping is 3 everywhere. So distinct count of shipping, because I have changed that thing to distinct count. And let's say create a filter of it. So I just said drop down and created a filter of it. Now I am creating a filter on it, and I can filter my data. So you have to play with this tool to understand this tool. I will try to tell you different features in this tool, and after that you have to play with this tool to basically find out a particular thing which you want to find out of the data. And after that, if you already created dashboard, I'll show you which I've created for different reasons, and how I am using that for different analytics which I am doing on the data. So basically, when you've created these dashboards, now you can start export them to server. I'll show you that option also, and that there you will not get all these things because your data is cached on the server and the processing is done on the server side on the cache data. So you have summarized your data, and you will be running these charts on your summarized data. So any of your from your gigabytes and petabytes of data you have just selected. So say it said these are the different ranges of values, because this has count distinct. I forgot to change this guy. Rather than count distinct, I have to say let me put this guy. And now it has profit and sales. It will automatically find out sum of profit and sales. And now say I want to put a filter on shipping mode. So I just drag it over here, and here it will show me the distinct values now. At that time I have set the correct count of distinct, so it just showed me 3, because each and every of these states had only 3 kind of delivery modes. So I'm looking at the different figures over here, the profit and the corresponding sale of different states. So see, it will find out all the 3 kind of delivery modes, and I say for a timing select all and apply. Okay, and I say show quick filter, and it is available over here. Now I want to say, sure Pradeep. Now I want to say I want to look at the trucks delivery only. So I'll just remove the filter, and now it will find out your data only for the trucks delivery. I'll just abandon this, and I'll just select the trucks delivery. So now I can see in my data what is the kind of profit I am getting when I am delivering my goods via truck and into different states, and what is the sales of that part and how much is the delivery for that part. So by looking at this data, I can find out different facts in the data. So practically when you will be connecting to any of the associate, now I can see this is the state which I want to look at, because here my sales on the truck delivery are very less, and the profit is almost nil. So they are the few three states where the profit is almost nil, and I have to look at the truck delivery in these states. So this I'll be looking at. I can easily visualize the data, and I can then basically find out what could be done over there, or what is the problem, or I can even drill down into the data. If I want to drill down into the data, I can say again select the province as say Northwest. So so say now I want to look at the data why there is profit is too less in what is the state, Northwest Territories, as compared to sales. Although the sales is also not very high for trucks, but the profit is also very less. So now let's say in this is again a state where Ontario is a state where I have huge sales, but the profit as compared to sales is very less. So this is again a state which I want to look at. So what I'll do is, next thing is, let's say I say province also add to the filter. So this is how you will be basically looking into the data very fastly once you have processed the data. Now as my data was lying into different tables, I have processed the data, I have summarized my data, now I have the data based on each region. I can look into the data easily. So now what we'll do is we'll just filter out for one of the province for where we want to look at the things, and so let's select none, and let's just select on Ontario as a province, right? Ontario, yes, and say okay. So now I can look at the Ontario data, and now I want to look into the data side. So I've selected this, and let's look at the different things over here. Now it just says me the profit and sales part only. Now what I want to do is I want to look at the customer related things. Who are the customer over here? So what I say is, so who are the different customers, and I can look at the customer part. I can look at the different parts, and I'll be basically finding out what could be the reason why my profit is very less. And after looking at the data, I might find different factors in the data. I might find different interesting things in the data, which could give me a drill down why my profit is less in this region. So, okay, that was chat from Pradeep. Okay. So now see, I have the data related to each customer, the profit and the sales for each customer. So now say, okay. So these are the few customers where I have to look at. And these are the customers which is there, which I have to look at because I am getting huge losses from these customers and sales to these customers are not. So now I also do a filter on the sales. Let's look at the sales, or I add one more column over here. Let's say I create a calculated column which says the profit is to sales. So what I'll say is I create I'll just say right click and create parameter. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Cancel. Rather than create a parameter, I'll just create a new variable. New calculated data, where that option comes. Create calculated field. And I say so formula is nothing but sorry, profit divided by sales into 100. Okay, so I've created a calculated field which says my profit percentage based on sales. So I'll add this field over here also, and let's see who is the costliest customer to me. So now I have my data, and let's say this is your province column, and let's look into the data. And so this intelligent guy always try to give the best view based on its understanding. So it can change the view. You can always change the view from here again. So now let's look into this. So this is the costliest customer to me. Here the profit is to sales is minus 263%. So these are the 4 or 5 customers where I have to look at. I have to look at their orders, individual orders, and then I'll be based on those orders. I might be looking into the customer profiles, and then I even mark these customers as blacklisted because my profit is highly hindered by them. So this is how you will be looking into the data, and you would be coming up with different analytics on the data. Does that make sense? Sounds interesting to anyone? So I looked into this data very frankly today only, and I can easily find out that this is a state where I can increase the profit, and based on just looking at the chart, and then based on the chart I can easily able to figure out which are the costliest customer to me, and I have also figured out which are the customers which are giving me highest losses, and these are the 5-10 customers which are really giving me highest losses, and I really have to look into these customers. So now this data is not really associated to corresponding sales data. Otherwise, all I can do is just drill down over here and look into the corresponding sales to these customers also. So the profits to sales, and there are different charts. I can even color these charts. I can do n number of things. So profit sales, I can do n number of things. say what I want to do is uh, remove profit, remove sales, remove province, and say, yeah, province to profits to sales. And now I have profits and the profit to sales, but only I'm seeing Orento data because I have applied the filter. So let's remove this filter and show click filter and select all. So it's just loading up, and mm, and now I have, and shipping mode I'll just say all only. So I hope it, okay, let me cover this part and then talk about it. Now let's use a different chart. Now see, where are these customer lying? So right now I'm not filtered on those four faulty customers, but I can see different customers lying and where are their orders are going. So this is how I would be looking at those faulty customers again, and I might be looking at the different reasons where those customers are sending their orders. And so let's say remove the customer name for time being. So this is the most costliest reason in terms of reason to me. Here I am making maximum losses. Then the second most costliest reason is Quebec, or I think British Columbia, and so on. So this is how I'll be looking into the different things on the data. I will be looking at different aspects of the data. I can look at the data something like this. So these are different things on which I can look into the data. I can label these things. So say I want to look not only look at the state name, I want to look at different other reasons also. So let's say I want to look at the what is this, product container, product category. So it's a different product categories which were shipped over here. So I have just dropped it to the label part. So it will label it on that. So I'm not sure what is there in the product category. Once it load up, and then I'll be able to see that. So basically, there are a lot of features. This label will show you what is the label appearing over there. The detail would be the tooltip is the tooltip. Detail is the details for this thing. I'll just show you that part also. And there's the filters part which I was showing it to you. You can always drag and drop these things to the columns and rows. You can revert them by using this reverse. So now see. What I did is I said label on that, and these are the different products. So now you can see these are different products ordered, and most of the losses I am making on office supplies to Ontario. So if I look at the office supplies properly in my Ontario region, if I look at those for 40 customers, I will definitely find some relationship, and I would be able to figure out what would be the reasons. Now say I want to look at the details also. When I'm looking at the office supplies or Ontario, I want to look at the details, say what are the order priorities given by the customers. So I'll leave that order priority to the detail part. Okay, so see now I can look at even in a detailed picture of the data. Or rather than saying order priority over here, let's leave the order priority on the tooltip. So my view would remain same as it was previously, but I would be able to look that thing or data related to the this priority on the tooltip of the box. So that this is, you can see the view is again back to the previous one, but in the tooltip I'll be able to see that. So order priority, it was all star in this over here, so there was no priority orders. Here also again no order priorities. So there's no order priorities on two different reasons, but there could have been some order priorities, and those order priorities would be visible over here. See in the tooltip you can see the order priority. So there's no order priority in any of these, but if there would have been, that would be visible over there. Now say I want to look at the tooltips of the discount also. So I say some of the, by default it will be some of the discount. I can change that. I'll show you how to change that. So I would be able to look at whether I gave a lot of discounts and does the discount was the reason for my losses. So I'm just trying to show you features, not the things or to the data. I'm just trying to show you the different features of the Tableau, how you can basically visualize the different aspects of the data based on the thing which you want to visualize or you want to look into. You would be dragging and dropping the corresponding thing. This is how you can create your calculator variables also. You can do a lot of things. You can even index the data over here. You can create indexes. You can connect to n number of data sources. You can join them, and then you can create dashboards. I'll show you the dashboard part also. So I myself, okay, I have placed a discount. So see in this region I gave $50 as a total discount. And so what I want to see is, so I can see the color is on the this thing. The deeper the color is, the more the losses I have. Now let's see the maximum discount where I gave. So rather than giving the this size on the profit only, let's see give the size on the discount. So I gave maximum discount over here only. That is a $50 discount, and the losses are maximum over here only. So see the discounts on all the regions are smaller because their sizes are smaller. So this is the reason where I gave maximum discounts on these office supplies, and that might be the reason I gave maximum discount to those people, and that might be the reason for my losses over here. So from here you can easily change those things. You can change the graph types, you can change n number of things, you can So see, profit and sales, the discount. It as soon as I change the graph, it will automatically try to figure out what is the best way to display the data, and will figure out that day. So it colored my graph based on what is this color? Technology. Okay, so product category is the color. Product category is the color. These are the different categories: technology, office supplies, and furniture. And the discounts and the profit or losses. And say in this graph I want to add one more thing. Say I want to add sales. So I say sales. I click the sales and leave it over there. So now say you can see the sales part also, and sales is also colored based on the color code which was previously there. And then you can change the types also. You can change them to different things. You can create trend lines. You can do n number of things. Let's remove this part. Let's remove this guy. You can do n number of things. So furniture sales, office sales, technology sales on different reasons. Rather than using this, I want to just look at the profit part. So let's say n number of things I can do basically. So other than this, let's remove this. So other than this, you can always export these charts to a server. So you'll be signing into a server. Your administrator will be putting up your Tableau server also. And after you sign up your server, you can directly publish the workbook to your server. And once you publish the workbook to your server, he will be giving your server user ID and password. You can easily open into your Explorer. And after logging in, you will be able to see the same workbook over there. And the beauty of the server is you can define different things in the server. You can define the caching of the data. So based on your charts which you have exported to your server, the server might be caching your charts on a periodic basis on a predefined frequency. And these kind of delays you will be not seeing in the data. Right now we were directly looking into the data. Once you have created the charts, finalized the charts, these charts would be used by your business users or for you to do the analytics on the data. And server will be caching your data, so you won't be seeing that kind of amount of delay. The charts are pretty quick, very fast. And if you can, for playing purpose, you can put it in a Tableau public server. But if you have sensitive data, don't do that, because this public server is accessible across the internet, and your data will be publicly available. And this is how I create different sheets on my data. And once you have created the sheets, you can create a dashboard. So say I'll show you the different sheets which I have created. So this is a dashboard. So this is one of the sheet which talks about my confirmed order counts across different categories of my sales. So my maximum of the sales is in wristwatches, and then to DVDs, and then to cell phones, and so on. Then I have sales of create orders. These are maximum to cell phones. Then I have the requested quote related things, and then the conversion ratio for this across the charts, across the geographies, from different geographies. Conversion related ratio for different things, and I've created all these charts. And then what I did is I created a dashboard from these charts. So to create a dashboard, what I will do is, so all those charts are now visible over here, and these charts are interlinked, and I can beautifully look at the different aspects of the data. But before showing you that, let me show you how to create these dashboards. So right now I have created new as a sheet over here. If you can see my mouse on the right hand side corner, but to create a dashboard, I click on this, the next button, which has 4 squares rather than chart kind of thing. And once I click this, I have all my sheets available here on the left hand side and my dashboard over there. So I can just drag and drop the sheets over here. So this is one sheet which I created. This is another sheet which I created. This is a third sheet which I created. And now what I say is I want to use this sheet as a filter for rest of the sheet. So drop down, quick filter. So these are the different filters which are there in this chart. I can use those filters also. I can add those filters also. So say I want to add this filter also. So by this I'm adding this filter on my dashboard. So this is a filter which was created already in the sheet. So that will also be visible over here. And then that's a button. It might take a lot of time. Let me show you it over there only. So when I said that, and that filters were available over here, and I added those filters, and this is how those filters are visible to me. And on top of that, what I said is use this sheet as a filter also. So use as a filter also. So now say I want to look at the Canada data and the different conversion aspects. So all I do is I just click on Canada on the chart, and all my charts, corresponding charts, will then be displaying my data of the Canada only. So I am looking deeper into the data. So my major sales came from Canada, that is 27% sales came from Canada. So I am drilling down into Canada. Anyone has any questions? So I'm just keep on speaking from last 1.5 hours. No questions. Anyone has any questions? Anything which you want to ask by the time it's loading up? So I'll just unmuted every one of you.
We can also. Is it possible to? You talked of publishing this to a server, right? So is it possible to create some kind of a job to run some kind of analysis and then publish it periodically or something like you might do in a reporting system?
So definitely you can create reports. These are this is the format of report only which I'm showing you right now on my screen. So you can schedule them on your Tableau server, and Tableau server might email to those things. So what we did is on one of our data we did some analytics. Based on the analytics, what we find out is we just find out some value-added services to the customers. So we find out some statistics on how customers are using our products and how they can save some money when they are using our product. So our product information was loaded onto our clouds from the machines which customers are using from us. And based on that information, we figured out different things on different interesting things on the data. Not only interesting things on the data, we also categorize the customers based on similar customer profiles, and we were able to create reports like your peer groups are spending so much, saving so much, creating so much profit kind of thing based on our product informations. You can save so much if you use such and such kind of things, and these kind of things we basically figured out. We created those charts on the Tableau, and we scheduled them, and these mailers are going to our customers, and our customers are pretty happy with the value-added service which we gave to them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can definitely do that thing, and you have to just schedule those reports on the Tableau server.
Okay, so there will be some concept of jobs and all again on the Tableau server.
Not exactly job, but you can basically just, so this is one of the report, and in this report the filter would be of the customer ID. So other than these filters, there will be one more filter of the customer ID over here. And what you will do is generate this report for each different customer IDs. And you can basically schedule that frequency of when to generate these reports and send them.
Okay.
I don't have a server right now with me. The server is again a licensed version, and I'll not be able to show you that part.
Okay. Yeah, and I interested in general questions. So.
Yeah, but definitely, yeah, you can achieve that part. This is a licensed version of dashboard, but I don't have the licensed version of server, so I can't show you that part right away. So now, does it make sense to everyone? What is what we have did till now, and how does big data make sense? We imported a lot of data which is daily generated that is coming to our system. We merged that data with different parameters. We generated different reports on that data. Now we summarize that data into smaller data. So out of that data, so say I have 5 million customers, I have 10,000 categories, I have n number of things. But when I'll be looking into the data, I want to look at the top categories only. So I filtered my data based on top 50 categories based on the sales. Now the data is very small. Now I can visualize the data. So this is how I'll be doing the filtering on the data on the big data system, or I might be doing different joins on the data to come up with all these things. And now I'm visualizing the data to come up with the analytics on the data. Big data platform are not used for your direct transactions, although nowadays people are started using the big data platform for transaction related things also. But majority of the time, big data platforms are used for analytics, and this is how you are look into the data and come up with different analytics. Yes, Pavan, the Tableau is a licensed version of dashboard, and dashboard is the license version is too high. I don't remember the exact figures, but it's really too high. Sorry, Pavan, I'm not able to get your question. Which has good data to analyze? I'm not able to get your question. Which data you are saying is good to analyze, or realistic data? I am not able to get it. Now, Pawan, we are not querying from any dashboard. We have created one dashboard, and we are looking at the picture of the data on the dashboard. This dashboard is at the backend is connected to my sandbox machine only, and on the sandbox machine I have some sample data only, and I'm just showing you the sample data only. And practically in your cluster you will be having petabytes of data which is generated from your sales, and based on that data you might have filtered that data based on top 50 categories, and then you are looking into those top 50 categories at different parameters of the top 50 categories, or say something. Yeah, it is connected to Hortonworks only. And so Pawan, I think you missed the previous class. Oh, sorry, you missed the first 10-15 minutes of the session. So I shown you how to connect it to your Hortonworks sandbox. Practically, you might be connecting to your cluster, but right now on your sandbox, you can connect it to your sandbox. And for that, you have to just click on this data button. And the data, you will see an option called Connect to Hortonworks VM. Inside Hortonworks VM, you have to give the IP address, and you have to select the Hive server 2, give authentication as username authentication, user as you, and click on connect. It will connect to your Hortonworks VM, and you will be able to see the databases and the tables. If you can't see that, just filter them out, give the name, and it will filter it out for you. And just drag and drop your table, and you will see all these things. So see, now my data is filtered for the Canada country, and I can see for most of my quote requests are for non-functional things or non-functional novels kind of thing, but most of my confirmed order are for video games. And this is the different analytics on the data. So these are the different charts on the data, how my convert order to quote request are there, how my confirmed order to quote request are there, how my create order, how my create order to quote request and how my confirmed order to quote request looks like. So my confirmed order to create request. So this is an interesting category, hockey, which has pretty high create order to basically create order to quote request. But over here it's changed to cases and skins of mobile phones, which has pretty high conversion. Although people create orders lot of for hockey, but they really do not convert them. So now I'll be looking into hockey sticks real data, and I might be using some R or something to find out different statistics on hockey sales on my data. I might be running high queries again, or sorry, R queries on my data, or R statistics, or a number of statistics I might be doing on the hockey sticks related data, and I might be figuring out why my customers really create orders but do not pay for that. So over here I can filter by different categories. So these are the filters that I've created over there, and I've just used them over here. So for them you have to just click it, and it will show you all the filters created for the chart, and click filters, and I'll just select it and it will be visible over there. The date based filter, weight based filter, different filters you can apply, and this is how you can create the dashboards. So we can play around by using the free. Yes, Pawan, definitely. You can play around with the free version. You have to go to the Tableau website. There you download the dashboard version, and it will be 15 days free license for you. After that, you won't be able to use that Tableau on your laptop unless you reinstall your Windows or buy a new license. So that is how you would be looking into the data. Any questions on this part? We can look few more things, and then I'll be talking about the project thing. Okay. So let's take a break and then talk about a few more things, which we'll just check what else need to be talked about on the Tableau side, and then we'll look into the project, and then I'll request you to go with the project. We can have a discussion on the project right away, whatever you think, and then we'll again have a discussion when you are up with the project. So I hope it was going okay, and everyone was able to get some of the things on the classes. And if you are able to get something, if you like the session, I just request you to give some feedback on our Facebook page. By the time we are going to the class, I'll just ping the Facebook page again on the chat window, and I'll just request you to put some of your feedback on the Facebook page, and we are just revamping our website, and that would be used over there. So it's your wish, nothing mandatory, but I just request you by the time you're going on the 10 minutes break, just put some of your feedback. If you liked it, if you don't like it, everything will be, I welcome everything. Frank feedback from you would be great for us. So I've just pinged that URL also of our Design Pathshala Facebook page. And let's take a 10-minute break. We'll again meet back after 10 minutes. It's exactly 12 p.m. EST. Okay, 12 p.m. EST. Okay, I thought it's midnight. Sorry, it's 12 p.m. EST in my watch, and let's meet at 12:10.
That's my
I'm back. Are you there? Okay, Vikram says yes. मैंने भी बोला था. Is also back. Vikram is also back, and Zubair. Okay, sure, cool. So, anything which I discussed till now on the Tableau part before I go ahead? Anything? Any? Okay, so Pawan, there was a session dedicated to yarn, and that was, I think, 1.5 hour session, as I can recall, 1.5 hour approximately session, or 2 hour session on yarn. But if you can tell me the class number, I can get that thing shared with you. But I cannot recall in which exactly the class that were discussed. Does anyone knows in which class we discussed the yarn? So Pawan, I think you can just look at your calendar and think of which class you missed, and based on that, you just drop an email to admin people and for the sharing of the class. And do let me know if you do not get the sharing. That they will definitely share with you. Just look at which class you might have skipped or missed, and just request for that day. Just give the date or your class number. I cannot recall in which class I would have taught it, but definitely I have covered the yarn part. No, Vikram, don't tell me the job tracker, task tracker today. The yarn thing which we discussed about the application master and the node manager. Can you recall, Vikram? Application master, node manager, how the application master little different from the job tracker, task tracker. There's a little difference on the yarn side. We talked about how the responsibility of a job tracker is distributed across the different application masters. So I assume Vikram is just recalling it. Sure, Pawan, you can check the calendar. Do let me know. I'll get it shared for you. Okay, and I hope Vikram you recall that part. If you are not able to recall, do let me know. So, okay. So let me again share back my screen. Can you see my screen now, or is it paused? Can anyone see my screen? What is the problem? Okay, I'm just giving the presenter right to any one of you, and we'll take it back. I don't know what is the problem. It's this guy's screen, and I'll just. It got hanged up. I don't know why. Now, can you see my screen? Not yet. What's the problem? I don't know why it's creating a problem. Why the hell is giving a problem? It's behaving weirdly today. And hey everyone, I'm just unmuting everyone. It's a tired. I don't know what is the problem it is creating. It's just behaving weirdly. Can I just drop off this meeting and join back in a minute? I don't know why the sharing screen button is behaving weirdly for me. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back on this. Let me try it again. It's again enabled. No. This meeting might get disconnected. If this meeting gets disconnected, please rejoin. I don't know why this guy is creating a problem. I don't know what is. So there's some problem with this GoToMeeting. Can you see my screen now? Looks like it's not visible. I am just closing this GoToMeeting and will open a new GoToMeeting. It's behaving weirdly. So I am just closing the meeting and making one of you the presenter, and I'll be back in a minute. Or I'll just end the meeting for all, and will can anyone can everyone please rejoin the same meeting number in a minute? Let me restart this meeting. I am ending the meeting for all. This meeting would be closed. Please rejoin the same meeting ID. This GoToMeeting is behaving weirdly.